Okay, let's get you logged in and let's see if we can access our course. So if you type in chattanoogastate.edu, probably if you're watching this, you've already figured this out, but just to review, you've got your Chattanooga email. This is your Outlook email, so it is important to check this one, but for our class, you have to go to eLearn. So you'll enter the eLearn site. The waffle at the top allows you to see which courses you're enrolled in and select a course to enter. And then, of course, you've got your enter eLearn emails. And so you've got two different email accounts as a student, the ones for your different courses where you can message your teachers, your fellow students, and then you've also got the ones from Chattanooga State. And that email account you can email outside of the class. This email account is just internal, but that's the one that we'll use primarily for communication. So if you go into our class, then you see this should be the screen that you find. This is considered the home page, and this is where I'll post announcements from time to time. I'll try to post a weekly assignment video that'll live in this section right here. By the way, Skills USA, if you're interested, I am a lead advisor for dual enrollment, and I'd love to talk to you more about that. If you're interested, it's free to join, and we've got an active dual enrollment chapter. We've also got our Welcome to Communication video down here. So then after you get into this section, you can navigate your content with the tabs up here. And then also by clicking content, you can see options on the left-hand side down vertically. Here's the overview. This is a picture. This is me right here in the photo. And then these are all dual enrollment students that I have had in the past. And I love to get to meet my students. They're actually here on campus in this picture for the Talking Tigers contest. More about that later. But right here, you can see the Read Me First will be the pop-up window that comes up and might have an announcement. I probably won't change that through the semester, but you can dismiss that. And then the Getting Started, this is where we're really going to focus our attention for week 1. And so I really want you to familiarize yourself with this section for week 1. And then weeks 1 through 3 will be living in this realm. But your main goal this week is to familiarize yourself with the course. There are no assignments due for week 1. You're just supposed to get acquainted with the course. So I really want you to dive into the course syllabus, read it, make sure that you understand what it says. Email me if you have any questions. And then the course schedule, and I'll pop that open in just a minute. And then here are other very helpful things to know before you proceed in the course. So let's pop open this course schedule, and this is basically our calendar for this semester. So as you can see, this course does run the full length of the semester. So we'll be together the whole entire fall. And that's really great because it allows us to explore communication at a much more convenient pace. And so, as you can see, weeks 1 through 3, we have to do this first module. And so, the first week, welcome, go to the course content, review everything in the Getting Started module, and then look at the course setup, and then you can start to do the readings. I will tell you that the readings for weeks 1 through 3 are quite heavy, and they are the heaviest compared to the other weeks. So don't get discouraged when you start diving into the readings, and you'll be quizzed on them. You can see if you want to go ahead and work through the readings at the end, towards the end of the week especially. Next Monday, we have an orientation exercise due, and you're continuing to work on the quiz because then that will be due Tuesday, September 2nd. So you can start working through those readings, but this first week, we just want you to get familiar with the course, the way the course is set up, and how to access all the content and also communicate with me. So there's 2 ways. Once you get into the content, you can, if you're done with where you are in the course, you can navigate, you can go back and you can just click this and this will take you back. You can also navigate the content with the arrows. If I click this, it'll show me the next thing loaded in the course. And if I click back, it'll show me the previous thing. So I'm just going to click back and you'll notice this is where we were. My view, of course, is a little bit different because I'm viewing the instructor view, but yours will be very similar to this. And so that was the course schedule. Of course, you want to pop open the syllabus and really study that syllabus and make sure that you're familiar with the criteria and the requirements and of the course. And so make sure that you understand what we're learning in this course. And then you can see our plan for the semester. We're going to do an overview of communication first. Then we're going to start working on our public speaking process. And this is where we dive in to the first big speech is going to be the informative speech. And then, of course, we've got the week 6 and 7 for verbal and nonverbal. Then we'll cover more in depth. This is week 9 and 10 when you give your informative speech. And then we'll look at persuasion next, weeks 11 and 12. Then you give your speech in weeks 13 and 14. And then interpersonal communication is how we wrap up. In this online course, you'll be giving your speeches, you'll be recording them and uploading them and then watching each other's speeches. So that's really exciting. Another thing that's new to this course is an OER resource. That stands for Open Educational Resource. And so I was part of the team for our department where we went through and we curated open access text and compiled those and put them together so that now you do not have to purchase the over $80 course textbook, but the course materials are embedded throughout the course. So just a nice feature of this course, this new redesign this semester. So I hope that you enjoy the course and I hope that you utilize this week just to become familiar with the course materials. And so if we open weeks 1 through 3, you can kind of see right here, this is where you'll find the readings and the resources. So if you want to dive in and you've got time this week as you're navigating your other courses and start to read through these topics, there's 4. And then, of course, I've loaded mini lectures that I've created myself about the topics. And so those would also be of great help to you and all in preparation for quiz 1. So it's super exciting to be able to be with you on this journey. And so I'm excited. In each of the weekly modules, after the readings, then you'll see the activities and assessment. So like I previewed, we've got the orientation exercise coming up October 25th, and then the quiz comes after that. And then, of course, we've got a discussion board. You don't have to wait to start the discussion board. It is due September 3rd, but you can go ahead, especially this first week, if you've got some time, you can go ahead and hop on that discussion board and post your getting to know you topic and just be a part of that. I'll go ahead and pop it open right now. So it's an introduction speech. So you're going to introduce yourself to the class. So I'll also be introducing myself on that board and posting mine as well. So there are 2 options. You can record right into the discussion forum, or you can record via YouTube and put a link to your message. I'm not sure which one I'm going to pick for our class this time, but I'm excited. And then you'll get to watch the classmate videos and respond. And this will also prepare you for the format that we'll be using for our speeches. So it'll be nice to try out the technology, both from a speaker's point of view and also from an audience point of view. So that will be a nice feature of our discussion board. So you can go ahead and start working on that, but I'll definitely preview that in week 2 so that you're ready and get that assignment done. But if you've got time this week, you can do that as well.